Imtiaz Ali made Love Aaj Kal in 2009 and now in 2020 he just decided to do that again with new actors. I don't know the reason behind that, but he just decided that. I have watched this film, I survived it. This is the first time I actually made friends in the theatre. I didn't know the people around me, but we just got talking because there was nothing else to do. This film stars Sara Ali Khan and Kartik Aaryan. It has two timelines like the previous film, two stories simultaneously, too much back and forth, a lot of flashbacks which are kind of confusing. So, two timelines, one story is in 1990 and the other story is in 2020. Sara and Kartik's story is in 2020, their love story. And Arushi Sharma, newcomer, and Kartik Aaryan, their story is simultaneously going in 1990. I don't know what 90s these guys grew up in, but the 90s that I grew up in was way more modern. And I'm not just talking about Mumbai and Delhi. I had friends from Jaipur, Udaipur, all these places that they have shown. This film looks nothing like 1990. That track looks like 1960. Zoe is a young girl who's into event management. She works out of a co-working place run by Randeep Hooda. It's also a cafe. Kartik Aaryan's character really likes her. He's always tailing her, chasing her. When she calls for a cab, he's always on a bike ready there to drop her wherever she wants. As you've seen in the trailer already, that she goes to him and tells him, "You refuse to sleep with me," and he tells her, "That's because you're special." She doesn't like that concept, obviously, because she's taking guidance from Randeep Hooda's character, who's a failed lover himself. She found that out in time, but goes deeper and deeper into that. Now, let me tell you about Randeep Hooda. Randeep Hooda is telling Zoe his love story from 1990, and when you see that track, that's played by Kartik Aaryan. So, Randeep Hooda is Randeep Hooda now, but in 1990, when you see him, he's Kartik Aaryan telling his story. It can happen. I watched the film yesterday. It has happened. There are some ridiculous scenes in the film like this one. Zoe is going for an interview. She's into event management, as I told you. She wants this account desperately. It's a big company. They've called her for an interview. And just before going in the boardroom for the interview, she opens her top button. They have seen that in the CCTV and they tell her that in the interview. Instead of being on the back foot, she tells them that she did that for herself because that gives her the confidence, and it's their corrupt mind that should not take things in the wrong way. This scene doesn't fit into the film, so they could have just chopped it and removed it. Love, heartbreaks, complicated relationships, career choices, all this is in abundance in Imtiaz Ali's movie. Zoe, in her mind, has her life planned like a timeline. Right now, I will not take my relationship seriously. I'll have fun and explore. After this, I will succeed. I will then have someone who will be my partner for the rest of my life. This is her timeline, but everything goes for a toss when she falls for Kartik's character. And that's when everything goes wrong. Though she loves him, when she meets his parents, that's the big day. She behaves in the most bizarre way over there. She starts shouting at him, fighting with him in front of the parents on the table, making the situation most awkward. And then she's like, "Mujhe kya ho jata hai?" Really, Imtiaz Ali's movies are known for good music, and even this film has good music by Pritam. There are some really good songs. But if the result of all this effort was just a few good songs, they could have just released an album and not an entire film. Now, who is bad in the film? Is it Sara Ali Khan or is it Kartik Aaryan? I really can't decide because they outperform each other. And clearly the director was okay with these takes. This is what he wanted. So you end up feeling bad for these actors. Of course, there is no excuse for bad acting, but God knows what the director had in mind. Imtiaz Ali could not communicate that to me, and I can't communicate that to you. I think it's really about time that filmmakers from the previous generation should stop making film on the millennials or should stop assuming what they want. It's unfair to see them through just one lens, as all of them are indecisive, they can't take a call, they are confused, they are not committed, they are not loyal. It's an unfair assessment of an entire generation. I watched this film and I could relate to Kartik Aaryan's dialogue. पेट्रोल पीने का मन हो रहा है.